again today with part 2 of my King Cobra Patreon requests. Now, if you missed it last week, I posted part 1. I'll just fill you guys in again in case you didn't see part 1 and you're confused about what this is. I now have a Patreon, and one of the tiers on Patreon is the King Cobra tier, where my patrons can request things every single month. So only the King Cobras can request. However, I'll be posting the videos here every Saturday so that everyone can see. And yeah, so this is part 2. And yeah, let's just go. Disclaimer, I don't like to react with captions on as I find them distracting. I like to concentrate on the music, and the music production is what I like to comment on the most. When I'm looking at the words at the bottom of the screen, I'm missing parts of the song, their vocals, and I'm missing parts of the MV and choreo. I'll read the lyrics later in my own time. Okay guys, so first up we have John's request. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Please let me know. Shout outs to you. Thank you so much for being a King Cobra Snakey. So John has requested a group called TO1, a couple of MVs from TO1. The first MV I'm going to be doing is called Son of Beast. I actually know nothing about this group. I think I've seen their name before because I've had a couple of requests for them. But other than that, I know nothing about this group whatsoever. Either way, I'm super excited. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Go. Riff. Ooh, ad-libs. Sunrise, that melody. Vocals. Oh! I'm a son of a beast. I'm a son of a beast! Oh! Yeah, these ad-libs are bonkers. Oh, that's great! This refers. The piano. Love that. Oh, where the beat picks up here. Ooh. No. I'm a son of a beast. Ah! That progression. Yo. Again. Yo, that was snakery! That was King Cobra tier snakery! Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, honestly and truly, straight away that riff, the bass, it was very, very funky. But then it became sort of housey, like in the pre-chorus, that piano, those piano chords, those housey piano chords, those soulful piano chords, that soulful bass. Oh my goodness gracious me, the ad-libs were impeccable. Impeccable, the vocals were impeccable. The melodies, everything. When the chorus first came in, that Son of a Beast, oh my goodness. The beat switch up for the rap verse was bonkers. They're also talented as well. The bridge, all the synths. That was absolutely fantastic. I'm so impressed right now. What the hell? I love the visuals as well. Like, I love the aesthetics. And there were some really cool parts in the choreo. I was a little bit too blown away by the song itself, so I was distracted. You guys know what I'm like. When a song is good, I can't really concentrate on much else. But oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting. At this point though, after doing part 1 of my King Cobra request, I just don't doubt any of you now. I just know that every week I'm just going to be reacting to absolute bangers. Oh, thank you, John. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, guys, so the next track or MV that John requested is called Count 1 2. So I believe they changed their name. So they were called something else before. TOO. But anyway, let's go. Count 1 2 MV. Let's go. The lead synth. Oh, yeah, for you. I'm gonna die. This is funky as well. Oh shoot! Ad-libs again. Oh no, I love them. What the brass section? Okay, oh, that break!
You ready? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, countdown.
This is too much. This part. The choreo. Goosebumps. Oh! Oh, that brass section. Oh, that break. Oh no. Oh no. The harmony isn't bad. Oh, this progression is. Oh no. No. Stop. Now why? Where? Man's having visions. What
Call
happened?
me now.
Waiting for you.
오직 나만을 위한 쇼. 자 눈을 감고 더 스트레스. 하나 둘 셋 눈을 뜨면 나타날게 I'll be your star. 크게 소리 질러 집을 피워 너의 환호가 필요해 I'll be waiting for you.
Oh!
온 세상을 지나게 이 세상 그 누구보다 더 가장 행복하게 너를 웃게 할게 평생 너와 함께 할게
You hearing that instrumental? Hey! Oh. Oh. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh. What do you want me to say? Like, what can I possibly add on to what I just experienced? That instrumental was so good, like the composition, the general arrangement of the song, the instrumentation, everything. It was so soulful, it was so funky. It was funky like the previous track, but a bit more poppy, whereas the other one was a little bit more on the sort of hip-hop side. I'd say hip-hop R&B, sort of funkiness, whereas this one was a little bit more sort of poppy, sort of funky, you know what I mean, a little bit more bright. But I love them both. The way that song started off, that specific chord sequence, and then when it came in again for the pre-choruses, oh my goodness gracious me, again, very consistent with the ad-libs and the melodies. Such an important part. You guys know me, chords, melodies, ad-libs, I'm good. They had everything. They're so talented as well. They're such good vocalists, such good dancers, such good rappers. How have I not heard of them before? I do not know. I love both of those so much. Thank you so much, John. John. I feel like I have to say John. But yeah, thank you so much for being a King Cobra Snakey, and thank you for requesting those for me. I love them so much. Let's move on to the next King Cobra request. Okay, guys, so now we are moving on to King Cobra Robins. That's hard to say. King Cobra Robin. King, it's a bit like, it's, oh my God. It's a bit like a tongue twister. Oh my God, I can't talk. King Cobra Robin. Thank you so much for being a King Cobra Snakey and for supporting me. So Robin has requested Bang YONGGUK, and YONGGUK is from BAP. I actually have never heard or reacted to BAP. I think, is it pronounced BAP? I don't know. I've never heard any of their songs or anything like that. So I have no idea what I'm getting into. Obviously this is solo stuff anyway, but still, like, I'm going in completely blind. So the first thing Robin has requested by him is his MV called Up. And yeah, let's go. Ooh. 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 It's quite dark. Is he a rapper? Wow. That's amazing. There's voice chops, the voice manipulation. Oh, that beat. I love the raspiness too.
pleasure. You're so wavy, 밤새 winter surfing on your body, popping in the train. 난 비야지, she call me bad boy. I'm a right now,
boy.
느낌이 와. I make her rock. 그녀를 봐, 불타올라. Fire like fire. 날 새겨놔. I'm a
These
right now.
visuals.
하루 종일 띵글띵글 빨간 입술 싱글벙글 그러나 저 옆에서 막을 내가 널 까먹지 않게 Oh God You look so fine 24시간이 돼도 모자라
Wow, this is art.
섹시하단 단어는 억지 어떤 말로 표현이 안돼 뜨거워 넌 지고 난날 범인 넌 빛이 나지 You got it poppin' 내 손 위에 널 담아 연주해 like Bobby I'm up right now 느낌이 와 I make a rock 그녀를 봐 불타올라 Fire like fire 내 새겨놔 I'm up right now I'm up yeah 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 I'm up yeah 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 I'm up yeah 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 I'm up yeah 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 yeah
That piano. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I thought it was gonna fucking... I hate it when they put the clips for the next videos in the way. Wow, wow, I love that. First, I'm gonna talk about production. I love that beat. That beat was fantastic. I love the sort of voice chops, the voice manipulation all throughout. The little breaks in the beat. I just love hip hop like that. And it had that, you know, that sound. I really like the instrumental. I really like him as a rapper. I say this all the time, but I'm always less impressed when it comes to rappers in K-pop. As someone who grew up listening to hip-hop, I come from like a hip-hop background. I love rap, and I feel like, unlike singing, I feel like it's very important. You don't even have to be a lyricist, okay? For me personally, a lot of people say that in order to be a good rapper, you have to be a lyricist, you have to write your own stuff. That's not the case for me. I feel like you need to just have good flow, good delivery, good tone, and you need to be able to convey emotion. You need to be able to get a message across through your rap, because it's not the same as singing. And he definitely 100% did that for me. I loved every single aspect of his rapping. For me, always it's flow. Like, that's the most important thing for me, is flow, because that's what gets to me. Especially when it comes to Korean stuff, because obviously I don't know everything that they're saying. So it's important that the flow is good. I loved his flow. It was very sort of, I can't explain it. He was switching up his flow, and it was quite quirky in a sense where it was almost effortless. And that's the same with his tone as well. I feel like no straining, no nothing. It was very sort of casual and effortless. And I love that when it comes to rappers. Like, my favorite rappers, when it comes to Korean or Western, I just love that sort of effortless tone, that effortless delivery, that effortless sort of flow. As much as I love sort of like aggressive rappers and skilled rappers, these are definitely the rappers I tend to lean more towards. He has such a nice sort of lower register, like a deep sort of husky, raspy tone as well. And the music video as well was absolutely stunning, like the whole performance aspect of it all. It was art. He was art. The styling was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the next thing that Robin requested is his track called Shut Up. There isn't an MV or anything, so I'm going to be doing a lyric video, but as you know, just a little warning, there won't be sort of like a lyrical analysis or anything like that. I'm still going to be 100% concentrating on the music production and his rapping. Let's go. Didn't play. bed, in bed. Ooh, that piano. Those two chords, that bass, that one chord.
You know everything how information. 기억도 잘 나지 않는 헛소리를 자꾸 뱉어대. What you talk about 넌 알고 싶은 게 참 많아. 신경을 다 써버리기에는 일이 좀 많아. So 이만 갈게. Oh, when you stop feel like a flu. 바보처럼 go act a fool. 손이 딴 걸 알았음에 yeah, 너도 똑같이 느꼈음에 I'm gon' live my life 오늘도 나약해진 맘은 지워버릴 거야 So give out my life 제일 쓸데없는 게 내 걱정이야
Yay!
귀신 눈치 챙겨줄래 shut up
Ooh.
하루만 그 입 좀 닫아줘 won't you shut up
Hey.
입 닫고 쉬어줘라
Love.
내 인생이 나 신경 써라 shut up
Shut up. I love.
불을 지펴 내 가슴에 burn it up 담배처럼 연기뿐인 걸 I know 차라리 내가 싫다고 말이야 관심 있는 척하지마 우린 절대 안 섞여 너는 흉내뿐이야 type 영원히 내 발매 I ain't got no fire me to play with you I'm no fan with you Shut your lies I got too many I'm gon' live my life 오늘도 나약해진 맘은 지워버릴 거야 So give out my life 제일 쓸데없는 게 내 걱정이야 귀신 눈치 챙겨줄래 shut up
Shut up. I love the way he says that.
그 입 좀 닫아줘 won't you shut up
Hey.
입 닫고 쉬어줘라
I love that.
인생이 나 신경 써라 shut up I don't give a boy 싸움과 싸움은 다시 왜 관심 없어 우리 생각이 다른지 새로운 것이 네 눈밖에
The
없다
beat,
너만
the
애써 다음에
mix,
생각을 욕해 매일 모두 다르지
Flow.
넌 너답게 넌 너답게
So effortless.
난 내 답해 그냥 우리 단 거야
Instrumental as well.
Please stop talking shit 눈치 챙겨줄래
Shut up.
하루만 그 입 좀 닫아줘 won't you shut up
Hey.
몰라 입 닫고 쉬어줘라 니네 인생이 나 신경 써
It's that electric piano back where his voice distorted. Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so honestly, I love them both. I love them both equally, but I feel like that one's definitely one that I'll listen to a lot more. I just loved it. I loved how hip hop it was. Two different kinds of hip hop we got here today. I love the piano, the way it started off. There's two chords, the dum dum. Dun, dun, and then that one chord, dun. Oh, that was absolutely stunning. It was very soulful. I loved his sort of singing voice. Again, just so effortless. I don't really know how to explain it other than it's like a talent, like it's raw talent. It's not something you can learn. Like that's just the vocal cords he was born with. That's just the swagger, the coolness. That's just the vibes he was born with, if that makes sense. And that's really what makes an artist unique. And I really like that about him. I loved his singing voice. Like I loved the rap sing. I loved the melodies. I already said that, especially in the chorus. I love the way he was saying, "Just shut up." I love that. I love the lyrics as well. I wasn't concentrating too much, but I was reading them. I really like him. Now I want to react more. Now I actually want to check out BAP. Now I'm curious. Thank you so much for your requests, Robin. Thank you for being a King Cobra Snakey and for supporting me. Let's go on to the next King Cobra request. Okay, so now we have, I feel like I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of your name. Sakuja. You're gonna have to teach me, you're gonna have to send me a voice note somewhere so that I can pronounce it correctly. King Cobra Sakuja. So I might just call you Saku. or Saki or something. I'm just gonna have to find a nickname for you. Also, Sakuya has a Instagram, like an art Instagram account. I've added in the username here so you guys can go check it out. So the first thing Sakuya has requested is a group called KNK? I've heard of KNK once before because a friend of mine likes them. However, I've never heard them, never checked them out, know nothing about them. And I'm gonna be doing the Sunset MV. Okay, I'm super excited. Let's go. Those synths. Ooh. Is that Fender Rhodes? Ooh. Ooh, I really like his voice. Ooh. Na-na. Oh, that melody. Ooh. I love dum dum dum. Ooh, the choreo. Ooh, there's ad-libs. Oh! Okay! Is that what we're doing? That melody. Wow. Ooh, this chorus. That dum dum dum. I love that so much. Dum dum dum. Wow. Ooh, okay. I absolutely love that. But you have to bear with me because that specific sound, it made me feel a little bit nostalgic, like it was taking me to a specific time and place, and I can't quite put my finger on where and when. I think it was giving me sort of a little bit of 90s techno sort of house vibes, a little bit of Ibiza. Do you know what I mean? That like that sort, that loop, that riff, that specific sound, that specific housey sound. It was definitely giving me that sort of techno. Do you know what I mean? From like the 90s a little bit. And I feel like Temin puts that sound out a lot, and he gives that vibe a lot. I can't really explain it. There's just something very sort of grown and sensual about that sound and concept. And like I just said, Taemin like delivers that really, really well. It's just like grown and gay and sensual and just, I don't know, that's just a gay bar song, okay? I love the concept, I love the choreo. I loved how sort of stripped back the chorus was. Just like, I can't remember exactly what they were saying, but I just love how there wasn't too much going on within the chorus and you could sort of focus on the choreo during that part as well. I love the melodies. I pointed a specific one out. I think it might have been during the, or just before the pre-chorus, I think it was during the verses, just before the pre-chorus. I loved the synths. I loved all of it. I enjoyed the rap verse. He had a really nice tone, like a raspy tone. I liked all their vocals. I think the first guy that came in singing, I really, really liked his voice. I liked that. That was a vibe. That was hot. That was spicy. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the next thing that Sakuya requested is, I'm actually so glad you requested this. It is a B-side called The Chemistry by VICTON. You guys know there's so many B-sides that I wish I could just listen to, and VICTON I definitely like really high on my list. I really do want to check out the albums and their B-sides, but I just never have time, man. I just never have time. So thank you, Sakuya, for giving me the opportunity now to finally check out at least one B-side. Let's go, VICTON. I'm going to be doing a lyric video, but you know the deal. I'm not going to be doing a lyrical analysis. I'm still going to be concentrating on music production. Let's go! Fender Rhodes. Whoa. Oh, that do melody. Ooh, was that vocoder in the back? Ooh. That funky guitar. Hey. This melody. Brass section, horn section. Yeah. The lead synth in the back. These melodies, the bass, the horns. Woo! Boom, 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 boom.
너와 난 사랑이 아닌 우정이라고. 우정이라고 말을 해도 머릿속에 너만 그려진다고. 우리가 틀어질까 혼자서 난 괜히 엉뚱한 생각에 어정쩡한 말투. 장난이라면 반짝이던 눈망울 잊고 있었어 너도 여자란 걸.
The harmonies in the back, I'm gonna die.
서투른 고백에 너리를 두려워. 억지로 지워야 할까 사실 무서워. 어쩌면 지금 사이가 안전할지라도 한 걸음씩 너에게 다가가. 설레고 있는 내 맘 오늘 이상해 너 알아보고 싶어져. 미쳤나봐 왜 이러는지. Oh mystery 너에게 다가가 확인할 거야. 지금 가까워지는 거리 오묘한 분위기 속에 단둘이 가로등이 비춰 우릴 위한 spotlight. 떨림으로 가득 차.
You need a bass.
가까워진 너와 나의 거리에 내 손이 모르게 네 허리로 미끄러지네. 네 손이면 되돌릴 수 없다 해도 난 너는 못지만 확인해야겠어. 살짝 떨리는 미술 오늘 이상해 너 입 맞추고 싶어져. 미쳤나봐 왜 이러는지. Oh mystery 지금 꼭 다가가 확인할 거야 baby. Oh 말도 안 되게 예뻐 믿을 수 없는 걸 데리고 가고 싶어져. 어떻게 나 왜 이러는지.
That last chord, no. Oh, no. I was not expecting that at all. I absolutely loved that straight away, man. As soon as I heard Defender Rhodes, RIP to me. That was snakery, to be honest. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, that one was a snakery. Oh my goodness. Like I said, when Defender Rhodes came in, the melodies in that were just superb. So many nice melodies, so many nice harmonies, the little do-do-do-do part, then the humming part. Oh, also when the beats changed up for that part, and you had the doom-doom-doom, doom-doom-doom. That sounded so good. The chorus, so soulful. When you had the funky guitars, the bass, but then you had that brass section, the horn section come in. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed the rapping during this as well. Sometimes I feel like rap verses and songs like that can be a little bit forced, but that sounded natural. They did that really, really well. I love that so much. I love both of those. Two very different sounds, two very different choices, but I love them both. Shoutouts to you, Sakuja. Listen, please send me a voice note on Twitter or on Instagram or something so that I can say it correctly. Thank you so much for being a King Cobra Sneaky. Let's move on to the next request. Okay, so next up we have Amelia. King Cobra, Amelia's request. Shoutouts to you, Amelia. Thank you so much for being the King Cobra Snaky. So Amelia has requested some Golden Child, and I am so happy. Again, Golden Child are one of those groups who I absolutely love, and I just never find enough time to react to them all, especially when it comes to the B-sides. So the first B-side that Amelia has requested is called Fanfare. Now, Amelia, you didn't mention if you wanted me to do this special clip or just like a lyric video or something. I'm gonna do the special clip. I hope that's okay. And yeah, let's go. Ooh, that saxophone. Oh, it's funky. Oh, that shoulder move. Love that melody. Oh. There. That piano. Can you hear it? Oh, that move. Thank God I'm doing this special clip. Man. Do you hear that in the back? Ooh, the string. Ooh la la la. Hey. Ooh. Hey. Ba ba ba. Loving this choreo as well. Ba ba ba. Wow! Don't worry. Vocals, the strings, the choreo. His chords. Percussion. Ooh, the harmonies in the back. glad that saxophone came back in again like that. Wow, wow, wow. The ad-libs. Hey. They took a shot. They took a shot. Yo. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. That was so much fun. Also, I'm so glad I did the special clip because that choreo was impeccable. But let me talk about the song briefly. I love the production. I love the funkiness of the track. Very sort of soulful. I love the instrumentation you had. I love that saxophone though. Like, I love that sound, and I'm really glad it sort of came back in again and you can hear it really clearly. I just loved how funky the verses were, but then the chorus was sort of a little bit more dancey. I love the melodies, especially in the pre-chorus. Always, guys, the pre-chorus main, such an important part of the song, but those melodies during those moments were fantastic. There was also some really nice harmonies going on all throughout, but especially during that pre-chorus. And I loved, probably my favorite thing in terms of the instrumental was the piano in this track. Like, I loved those piano chords. They were quite sort of sharp and, like, I don't know, they were quite loud. And they were just, I don't know, they just sounded really good, like the piano. Vocals towards the end though, the ad-libs, I love that ba 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 ba. There were some really catchy hooks as well, and I loved the rap verse, the way that second verse came in. The choreo, I'm so glad I did the special clip because I loved the choreo. It's very fun, but also classy. I loved that. That was fantastic. Let's go on to the next one. Okay guys, let's go to the next track. The next Golden Child track that Amelia requested is Spell. I'll be doing a lyric video for this, but you guys know, like, the music is my priority. That's what I'll be commenting on. Please don't expect some sort of lyrical analysis. Let's go. Laptop miles away, as per usual.
You put a spell on me, 너로 가득 채워.
These melodies.
서서히 다가온 그림자, 낯선 어둠 속에 서로 뒤쫓아.
Yeah. Do you hear that? That's descending.
흐릿한데 이토록 선명해.
This chord sequence. I just realised I was not looking at the lyrics at the time. Ooh. Similar to the other one, that funky dancing chorus. Love that. Excuse me. That break.
꿈속에서도 꿈을 꾸는 듯해 환상이라기엔 너무 선명한데 믿을 수 없는 공간에서 너를 보자마자
Whoa, the way he delivered that. Flow. These beats switch up. Love the way it picks up here. Use me. That break.
You put a spell on me, 너로 가득 채워. 간지러운 한 구석이 깻잎 발자국이. Yeah, girl, I don't wanna fake it through. 주문을 걸어, 내 모든 걸 걸어. 우리가 하나가 되길 함께 걸어 나만의 공간은 이별 자치로 어떤 일이 일어나도 우린 your widow spell 난 너의 playground 시작되지 건 거라 내 마음 안에서 그래 여기서
Focus. Use me, use me. Oh my goodness gracious me, that was absolutely brilliant. Very similar to Fanfare in a sense where there's this fusion of sounds. You have that sort of funkiness and that soulfulness, but also that dancey aspect, especially when it comes to the chorus. Oh, I absolutely love that one. If I had to choose between the two, I don't think I could. Maybe Spell a little bit because I love the beat switch ups in Spell, like how the beat would sort of turn a little bit more sort of R&B or a little bit more hip hop with a sort of trap like a slow sort of trap like beat. Like those beat switch ups were absolutely impeccable. Also the pre-chorus in this one, I mean the pre-chorus in both of them, but there was something about the pre-chorus in this one. Oh my goodness gracious me, and the melodies in this one as well. I mean the melodies in both, but I think maybe I lean a little bit more towards Spell, but I love them both. Honestly and truly, absolutely fantastic again. But I love the rapping. Let me mention the rapping. We had some really good flows, some really good deliveries. Also the ad-libs towards the end, they were giving us vocals. I loved both of those. Thank you so much, Amelia, for requesting some Golden Child for me. Giving me the chance to check out some B-sides. I love both of those songs. There has not been a King Cobra song or MV that I haven't liked so far, bro. One of my best decisions in life was creating a Patreon and creating the King Cobra tier. Honestly and truly, thank you all so much. That's the end of part 2. Next week we'll be having part 3. And yeah, that's it guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have subscribed, I love you. I love you. Go and follow me on Instagram, guys. Go and follow me on Twitter. And yeah, goodbye.
어.